Namaste Ji, Namaste. Welcome to Courtroom. My name is Sahaj. I sincerely hope that you're doing well. And today we'll be discussing all about LLB in India. This is a video in our TLOI Talks series. Now TLOI Talks is all about career counseling related to law specifically. अगर आप वो playlist explore करेंगे, आपको LLM from abroad, there are professors from Harvard, there's professor from Jindal. There are practicing lawyers who have given interviews, there are teachers who have given interviews, there are my perspectives on corporate law careers, placements, etc. You will find everything there. थोड़ा सा LLB का scene change हो गया, so I thought I'll make another video now on this topic because there have been upgrades to this degree. Upgrades as in the sense more colleges are now offering a 3-year LLB, some more colleges are now offering 5-year LLB, so it's time for an updated video. We have done this before. अब LLB अगर आपने परस्यू करनी है, बेसिकली अगर आप वकील साहब बनना चाहते हैं, साहिबा बनना चाहते हैं, तो आपके पास दो रास्ते हैं. या तो आप सीधा 12वीं कक्षा के बाद ये लाइन पकड़ें जिसमें आप यू विल बी परस्यूइंग अ 5-year LLB. तो उसके अंदर आपकी अंडरग्रेड प्लस LLB कंबाइन होकर आपको 1 साल की हमारी जो UGC ने जिस तरह से डिग्री डिज़ाइन करी हुई और BCI ने जो डिग्री डिज़ाइन करी हुई, आपको 1 साल की बचत होती है. सो फॉर अ स्टैंडर्ड ग्रेजुएशन, सिंस इट्स अ ह्यूमैनिटीज़ बेस्ड डिग्री, फॉर अ स्टैंडर्ड ग्रेजुएशन यू विल डू एनी कोर्स फॉर अ 3 year और फॉर 3 years फ्रॉम एनी कॉलेज अंडरग्रेड लेवल पे, और उसके बाद यू आर फ्री टू डू अ LLB, अ 3-year LLB. हाउएवर अगर आपने 12वीं के बाद ये रूट ऑप्ट इन कर लिया तो आपके पास आपका जो BA प्लस LLB या BBA प्लस LLB, टू ऑफ द most popular option choices available in most of the colleges in India, आपके पास उपलब्ध हो जाते हैं. और जब दोनों डिग्रीज कंबाइन हो जाती हैं तो आपको 1 साल की बचत मिल जाती है, बिकॉज यू विल बी एक्चुअली परस्यूइंग 2 degrees in one go. So we collectively call it as BA LLB, लेकिन आप उसमें अंडरग्रेड का भी आप काम करेंगे, दैट इज अ BA का काम भी करेंगे, बट मोर लीगली ओरिएंटेड. राइट. तो अगर आपने सीधा 12th के बाद ये काम करना है, you will have to attempt 2 primary papers basically. The first is the CLAT exam, जिसके अंदर आपके सारे national law universities आते हैं, और CLAT आपने attempt करके if you get a good rank and score, you will be entering a NLU. And if you want to specifically go for NLU Delhi, then you will need to basically be taking an exam called as AILET. So NLU Delhi, it doesn't participate in the CLAT as such. अगर ये दोनों एग्जाम से मान लेते हैं कि कोई बात नहीं बनती, और इफ़ यू डिसाइड टू परस्यू लॉ एट अ लेटर स्टेज post your grad, basically you can do BCom honors or you can do any standard undergrad degree, and then also there are 3-year LLB options. Specifically, first let us tackle the option, or rather the option that has been recently created or given birth to by DU. Now DU up till now, since almost about 75, 80 or 100 even odd years, was only offering a 3-year LLB. DU didn't used to have a 5-year LLB, but they have started it in 2023. अब उसके लिए कौन सा एग्जाम देना है? उसके लिए CLAT का एग्जाम आपने अटेम्प्ट करना है. सो अगर आपने 2024 वाले बैच में एडमिशन लेनी है, you need to have attempted CLAT in December of 2023, which is done and dusted. If you need to take admission in DU's 5-year LLB specifically, and it isn't cheap on the pocket, by the way, we'll get to that. The 3-year LLB, however, is very very light on the pocket by सरकारी standards, that is. तो DU के पास एक 5-year LLB और एक 3-year LLB है. 5-year LLB के लिए आपने CLAT attempt करना है. 3-year LLB का पहले एग्जाम till 2022 used to be a very tough law entrance called as DU LLB, but now for that you need to attempt an exam called as CUET PG. अब CUET के अंदर भी 2 रूट हैं, एक है UG और एक है PG. CUET UG में भी लीगल स्टडीज का पेपर है, बट DU has not opted in for admissions via CUET UG because they want to perhaps compete with the NLUs in the corporate placement scene. तो अगर आपने DU के लिए 5-year law program ज्वाइन करना है, so that is via the CLAT. DU का 3-year law program अगर आपने ज्वाइन करना है, you need to be a graduate at the time of admission into the faculty of law, और उसके अंदर you need to have scored well in a paper called as CUET PG, जिसके अंदर एग्जामिनेशन कोड एज ऑफ राइट नाउ COQP 11 है. पहले PGQP 40 का क्वेश्चन पेपर कोड होता था, नाउ इट हैज बीन रीनेम्ड एज COQP 11. It is a general paper also used for admission into other programs. There's It's quite a controversial topic, but anyway, we will not get into those details. तो CLAT और AILET प्राइमरी आपके एग्जाम हो गए, और एक आपका सिम्बाइसिस अपना एग्जाम कराता है, और LSAT करके एक एग्जाम है विच इज प्राइमरली यूज्ड फॉर एडमिशंस टू जिंदल एंड अदर प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस. And then you have n number of private options such as Amity, Bharati Vidyapeeth, etc. etc. We won't, of course, get into, and Jamia and central universities are also there. We won't get into those details. Like for example, BHU also has a 5-year program. BHU also has a 3-year program. तो अगर आप 12वीं कक्षा के बाद देख रहे हैं, as in to pursue a degree in law and take up law as a career path, the CLAT scene is for you. If let us say that you do not wish to pursue it, or you couldn't clear CLAT, or you could not get a seat in a decent, I would say decently ranked NLU, and you just want to not take admission elsewhere, then you can perhaps pursue a standard graduation, and you have 3-year LLB options opening up for you. And NLS Bangalore, CLAT maybe, I think it is rank 1 only. They also offer a 3-year LLB. For that you need to have taken the NLSAT. इस साल की भी इस टाइम पे deadlines when I'm shooting this will shut on 24th of February. The exam is on the 17th of March. Usually पिछले साल तक till about 2023 it used to take place on either the second last Sunday or Sunday of April, but now it has been preponed this year by about 1 month. So you need to take the exam called as NLSAT LLB. NLSAT LLB के द्वारा you can take admission to NLS. There are only, as of right now, there are only 120 seats. There is a lot of reservation, and well, it is quite a you can say very tightly contested exam, क्योंकि the number of aspirants, वो CLAT वाले CLAT जो नहीं क्लियर हुआ था, जो वहाँ से नहीं पहुँचे थे, तो वो फिर ठुकरा के मेरा प्यार इंतकाम देखेगी मोड में ये वाला पेपर अटेम्प्ट करते हैं. NLS के साथ NLUO, that is Odisha, and CNLU also have 3-year LLBs. So you have NLS, you have NLU Odisha. Last year कोई entrance उन्होंने ली थी. They took admissions on basis of आपके the graduation marks, and then CNLU last I heard had wanted to, basically this news broke out. We'll just have to check whether CNLU is offering a 3-year LLB or not. One of the most prestigious 3-year LLB programs in the country is also available at IIT Khagarpur. So their entrance exam is slightly based on science. So if you have a science ka background and you want to work in IPR later on, that is one of the best LLBs. It is quite underrated in my opinion, but it's an absolutely wonderful program. And then again, 3-year LLB programs बाकी सारी universities में भी होती हैं. Like for example, I've forgotten the name of the exact name of the university. I'll put it up on the screen. I think some forensic science university, जो I think Gujarat side पे. Those are good programs that they are conducting. And Symbiosis also has a 3-year LLB program. Amity too has one. Jindal too has one. Now, when it comes to 5-year or 3-year, what exactly is the difference? And so the 5 years side, you end up saving 1 year, and you're quite young, and preferences change over time. So first, the biggest pro is that you end up saving 1 year, and उसके बाद the biggest con is later on you decide कि यार मेरे को law करनी नहीं है, मेरे को तो पसंद नहीं आ रहा है. Then things become slightly dicey for you to choose law at that age. However, in the corporate law placement scene, if you're primarily looking at law firm placements, the 5-year LLB beats the 3-year LLB by a long margin. क्योंकि है क्या कि all of the people who are sitting in those corporate law firms, they tend to belong to NLUs and they want more of their kind. And पहले जहाँ पे हमारे देश में एक ज़माने में कास्ट सिस्टम होता था, तो लॉ फर्म्स में थोड़ा बहुत क्लास सिस्टम भी है, that they tend to primarily judge you where you are from. However, this is not applicable 100%, and of course, there are n number of exceptions to this general rule as well. We did one video in which 3-year LLB guys were also partners at corporate law firms. वो सब हो जाता. I'm primarily focused on the campus placement scene. So you can get ahead in life with your networking and Pitaji Mataji's connections, or which generation of lawyers basically you are. However, that all of those factors aside, I won't get into those details because I've already discussed them n number of times in TLOI talks. But when we specifically talk about campus placements, yes, there is a definite industry bias towards the 5-year LLB folks. And 3-year LLB folks, there is a definite industry bias, I won't say because there are no placements as such in the litigation, the practice side of things. However, in practice, it doesn't really matter where you're coming from, because practice of law is, law is very easy as a subject, but the practice of law is slightly tough. To get clients as a first-gen lawyer is definitely tough. However, can it be done? Yes, there are n number of people who have done it already. So it is not, it is just the reality. क्योंकि just imagine कि अगर आप will you want a surgery to be done by a 25-year-old doctor just right out of college? So when there are sensitive matters, sensitive legal matters, etc., people want people with maturity and good solid 10, 12 years of PQE. But usually after 3 to 4 years, you can perhaps earn a very decent living post your 3-year LLB as well. So LLB practice oriented करने ही मतलब practice अगर आप litigation की तरफ जाना चाहते हैं, so 3-year LLB becomes the best choice for you. And if you have the networking etc., then of course you'll get your placements क्योंकि you have that as your basis, and well, you can always intern. And the 5-year law scene, if you are already in a very decently ranked college, then the corporate placements pretty much will be there, because colleges have to maintain their prestige value also to get you placed, and of course to maintain the standard of fee, because after all, everything in life is a business. So that is the basic, I would say, the basic criteria on the basic differential, the difference between the 5-year LLB and the 3-year LLB. फिर लोग कहते हैं कि जी जुडिशियल सर्विसेज के लिए कौन सा बेटर रहेगा, जौन सा जो भी सूट करे. वी प्राइमरली प्रिपेयर फॉर जुडिशियल सर्विसेज नाउ एट आवर अकेडमी, एंड जौन सा भी, इट डजंट रियली मैटर आप कहाँ से आ रहे हैं उस सीन में, एज लॉन्ग एज यू परफॉर्मिंग वेल इन द एग्जाम, एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन क्रैक द इंटरव्यू एक्सेट्रा. एंड so now DU has both 5-year, 3-year options, so do not get confused कि अच्छा DU में तुम्हें कोई से नहीं बोलता CUET में, because right now it is in CLAT. There is a pending litigation in the High Court, but I believe that they will stick to CLAT as their standing committee has already recommended. And for the 3-year LLB, they will most likely be following the CUET PG pattern. For NLS, you can either opt in for a 5-year LLB via the CLAT, or you can go in for a 3-year LLB via the NLSAT. And the 3-year LLB जो पहला batch था वो that was I think started in 22 when I took the exam. I attempted the exam just to see what the fuss was all about. And they will be graduating in 25, basically next year, because their batch started in 22, so 22 to 23 1 year, 23 to 24 2 years, 24 to 25 is 3 years. And then we'll see what the placement scene there really is. DU's 3-year LLB has a very, very limited placement scene. I know it because I'm from there. I know about that scene in its entirety. And DU is primarily geared towards litigation and judiciary. However, the syllabus and the overall entire methodology of the course is quite good, and therefore, well, it is known as a judge factory for a reason. However, अब तो RM NLU वगैरह से भी UP judiciary is dominated by those colleges. So that's the scene of a LLB. And then LLM from abroad, we've done multiple sessions on the channel. You can watch those, they're quite useful. One is my very limited opinion on LLB from abroad, LLM from abroad, in which मैंने कुछ detail करा था students को that I do not find it worthy, but that was like a very outdated opinion now, because well, things have changed over the past 5 odd years. Then there are LLM from abroad, एक वकील साहब है उन्होंने करी हुई थी. Then there is a professor from the Harvard Kennedy Business School, I believe, he teaches there. And then there's one professor from Jindal who have detailed out or everything that you need to know about LLM from abroad. So those, if you are interested, you can watch those. I'll leave the most important links down below in the pinned comment. And yeah, so this is the updated legal scene of our country, legal education scene of our country, जिसके अंदर DU now has opened up its doors. NLS has opened up its doors, so it's vice versa. DU was the front runner in the 3-year LLB scene. Now, well, they have entered into the 5-year LLB scene. The fee for the 5-year LLB, last I heard, without any concessions, etc., was 10 lakhs, which is quite an amount for a Sarkari university, I would say. But then, well, the 5-year LLB scene is quite expensive. If you do not want to get into the education loan and student debt trap, always going for the 3-year LLB. 3-year LLB right now is 6,000 per semester. So 6,000 per semester, 2 semester एक साल में 12 and then 3 में 36,000 रुपए में LLB हो जाती है, plus let us round it off to 40 or 1,000 rupees. So if you're coming from a background in which you cannot afford a 5-year LLB, do not push it. There is no need to take on any massive student loans unless and until you are getting into some top colleges in which top shot corporate placements are assured, and then you can give your career a boost. Till that time, it is not worth it, because I wouldn't really want any students' financial ship to sink before even it has sailed off. So CLAT AILET primarily for the आपका the 5-year scene, symbiosis वगैरह के exams के, those all you can consider. Symbiosis also has 5 years and 3 years. So CLAT AILET on one side, and then on the postgrad scene you have CUETPG, you have NLSAT, and you have again the LSAT repeats for the 3-year LLB as well. And that's the two ways, primarily the two ways that you can do or pursue LLB in this country. One is the BA LLB, BBA LLB route. One is the LLB route. So LLB के साथ, of course, you will get one more degree, जो कि आप BCom, Eco Honors, or any degree that you have pursued in your undergrad, that will be coupled out with your LLB. On the 3-year LLB side, one advantage is that you are slightly more mature, so your mind is slightly more open to absorbing new information, and perhaps you can understand the laws a bit better. However, that is not necessarily the case in that advice does not apply, or that statement does not apply on all students, because on the 5-year LLB sides there are excellent students, and there are the quantity is much more on the 5-year LLB side. And over the last few years, it's just that NLS and NLUs etc. have opened their 3-year LLB programs, but the last few years, you can say the tide has been flowing excessively heavy from the 5-year LLB side, so the 3-year LLB is getting sidelined. However, if more and more NLUs keep on opening up in their doors via the 3-year LLB, it will work out great for that program as well. But right now, the majority of law graduates are popping up from the 5-year law scene right after their 12th. People wish to pursue a law degree, and well, it's a very decent degree to have, even if you're not practicing law. It is quite a remarkably useful degree to have, provided that you have the aptitude for it. And the aptitude is reading, and reading then some more, and then, well, writing, and then listening to people. We've done this, we've done n number of sessions. We used to do them. Now we do not upload these kind of videos, but I thought today was a good day to resume the sessions, because the legal education landscape has changed. Alright, I wish you all the very best in the pursuit of your legal education, and whatever suits you, you can pursue it. And you can, one last question that I receive usually from 12th grade students is, should we pursue a LLB from abroad? It is quite expensive. If you wish to return to India, I believe it's not worth it. But if you are living in a high-rise Gurgaon, you're like worth 10 odd crores plus or something like that. Your father or mother is very, very financially well settled, and you want to skip all the jhanjat jamela of the Indian education system, then yeah, sure enough, pursue a LLB from abroad and come back. You're already financially very well settled in life. I'm basically making a presumption. You can go ahead for that. But if you think that you want to take a loan, a massive student loan, pursue LLB abroad, and यहाँ पे कोई आपके लिए आरती की थाल लगा के खड़ा होगा, वैसा कुछ भी नहीं होता है यहाँ पर, because वकीलों की सप्लाई बहुत ज़्यादा है. वकीलों की सप्लाई compared to CAs, for example, CAs, they're very, very strictly regulated, but वकीलों की सप्लाई बहुत ज़्यादा है, and therefore, to make a cut in this profession on the corporate law side, the law firm side, then you need to have your LLMs etc. in place. But if you're doing well practice, then the networks and everything else comes into play. But those are stories and discussions for another day. So you can explore the playlist, as I'll repeat myself again, and watch any sessions that you'd like, and I'm sure that they will be of much use to you, and they will be of great help to you. All right, wishing you all the very best in your pursuit of your legal education. Take care. Bye.